Somewhere near the very bottom of the ocean, scientists once captured footage of something they still struggle to explain. Not in a laboratory. Not inside some controlled research facility. But drifting slowly through complete darkness. Nearly 36,000 feet beneath the surface. At first, some researchers honestly believed the camera footage had malfunctioned. Because nothing alive was supposed to look like that. Its arms stretched impossibly far into the black water. Its body barely moved at all. And instead of swimming like any normal sea creature, it simply hovered there. Still. Silent. Almost as if it were staring back at the camera itself. The deeper scientists studied the footage. The stranger it became. Nobody knows exactly what this creature is doing down there. Nobody has ever captured a fully grown one alive. And to this day, nobody even knows how large it can actually become. And honestly, that may be the most unsettling part of all. Because this thing might not even be fully grown yet. Which means somewhere down in that endless darkness, there could be something much larger drifting around right now. If you're brave enough to stay until the end of this video, comment 1. And if this thing already makes you feel uneasy, comment 0. Because once you start going deeper into the ocean, Earth slowly stops feeling like Earth. The deep ocean is one of the most unforgiving places on this planet. The water stays just above freezing. Sunlight disappears completely. And the pressure becomes so intense. It can crush metal like it's nothing. At the deepest part of the Mariana Trench, the pressure reaches more than 16,000 pounds per square inch. That amount of force is difficult to even imagine. It's powerful enough to destroy most submarines humans have ever built. And the truth is, human beings were never meant to survive down there. Even our machines struggle to handle it. Electronics stop working. Glass cracks under pressure. Steel bends. And if something fails that deep underwater, there's almost no chance anyone is coming to rescue you. What makes this even more unsettling is the fact that scientists estimate we've explored less than 5% of the ocean. Think about that for a second. Humanity has walked on the moon. We've sent machines to Mars. We've launched telescopes deep into space. But somehow, we still understand less about the bottom of our own oceans than we do about the surface of the moon. And in a place this hostile, evolution starts taking life down very strange paths. Food is incredibly rare. Light doesn't exist. Sometimes animals drift through the darkness for years without ever finding another member of their own species. So over millions of years, life adapted in whatever ways it could. Some creatures evolved transparent bodies, because being visible down there can mean instant death. Others evolved enormous eyes, large enough to detect tiny movements in complete darkness. Some species stopped relying on eyesight entirely, and instead began producing their own light. Bioluminescence. Living creatures glowing in the dark ocean like floating stars. Some use that light to communicate. Some use it to hunt. And some use it to lure prey directly toward them. Then there are the hooks. Because in the deep sea, you don't always get a second chance to catch food. So evolution replaced soft suction cups with sharp rotating hooks capable of locking into flesh. And then there's gigantism. One of the strangest deep sea phenomena of all. In freezing water where food is scarce, larger bodies survive longer. They store energy better, travel farther, endure starvation more efficiently. Which is why creatures in the deep ocean become unbelievably massive. Giant squid. Colossal squid. Enormous spider crabs. Deep-sea predators larger than most people even realize exist. Because down there, evolution does not care about beauty. It only cares about survival. And cute animals don't survive down here. At first, the creatures of the deep ocean only seem unusual. Strange, maybe. A little unsettling. But the deeper you go, the more you begin to realize something important. Life down there isn't evolving to look beautiful anymore. It's evolving simply to survive. One of the earliest examples of this transformation is the firefly squid. At first glance, it almost looks beautiful. Tiny blue lights pulse gently across its body like stars floating underwater. But those glowing lights are not there for decoration. They are survival tools. The firefly squid uses bioluminescence to communicate in complete darkness, to confuse predators, and sometimes to camouflage itself by blending into faint light filtering from above. Because in the deep ocean, even being noticed for a few seconds can get you killed. Then there's the glass squid. A creature so transparent. Parts of its body practically disappear in the water. You can see through its skin, its organs, its nerves, even parts of its digestive system. Most animals survive by blending into their surroundings. But the glass squid evolved something even more extreme. Near invisibility. And then, things begin crossing into something genuinely disturbing. This is the vampire squid. And honestly, even the name sounds like something from a horror movie. What's strange is that despite its appearance, it isn't actually a true squid at all. It belongs to an ancient branch of cephalopods that split away millions of years ago. Almost like a leftover creature from another world entirely. And when threatened, the vampire squid performs one of the strangest defense displays in the ocean. It flips its own body inside out, pulling a dark webbed cloak over itself, while exposing rows of sharp spine-like appendages underneath. It doesn't even need to attack anything. Just looking at it feels wrong. Like your brain instantly recognizes that something about this creature should not exist. Because at this depth, evolution slowly starts abandoning beauty. Be honest. The ocean is beginning to feel a lot less peaceful now, isn't it? If this video is starting to make you uncomfortable, comment 0. And then eventually, you reach the point where squid stop looking strange and start looking genuinely terrifying. This is the Humboldt squid, also known as the red devil of the sea. A fully grown Humboldt squid can grow over 6 feet long, with enough strength to rip prey apart within seconds. Its tentacles are lined with rotating hooks designed not just to grab flesh, but tear through it. But what truly makes these squid disturbing is not their size. It's their intelligence. Because these squids don't just hunt. They coordinate. Scientists have observed Humboldt squid hunting together in organized groups, surrounding prey from multiple directions, flashing red and white color patterns across their skin while attacking, almost like some kind of underwater communication system. And for animals without bones, their nervous systems are shockingly advanced. Squid possess some of the most complex brains of any invertebrate on Earth. They can recognize patterns, adapt their behavior, solve problems. Some experiments even suggest they can remember solutions long after learning them. And things become even darker when food becomes scarce. Because then, they begin eating each other. Cannibalism is extremely common among Humboldt squid. The weak get eaten. The injured get eaten. Sometimes smaller members of the same hunting group disappear completely. Because in the deep ocean, survival always comes first. And squid are uniquely built for this kind of environment. They have no bones. Their bodies can bend and twist into shapes that barely seem possible. They possess 3 separate hearts. And unlike humans, their blood is blue. Because instead of iron, their blood uses copper to carry oxygen. Everything about squid already feels alien. And the deeper evolution pushes them, the more horrifying they become. Far beneath the surface lives one of the largest predators on Earth. The giant squid. For centuries, sailors believed creatures like this were only myths. Stories about giant tentacled monsters dragging ships into the sea. The Kraken. But the truth turned out to be far more unsettling. The giant squid is real. And it can grow over 45 feet long. Its eyes are the largest in the entire animal kingdom. Larger than dinner plates. Scientists believe those enormous eyes evolved specifically to detect the shadows of sperm whales moving through the darkness above. Because even giant squid are hunted by monsters. Then there's the colossal squid. Shorter than the giant squid. But far heavier. Thicker. Stronger. Built more like a living tank. Its hooks rotate and lock into flesh. Its beak is powerful enough to slice prey apart like industrial cutting tools. And some colossal squid are believed to weigh over 1,000 pounds. Everything in the deep ocean seems to grow larger over time. Scientists call this phenomenon deep-sea gigantism. Cold temperatures slow metabolism. Larger bodies conserve energy more efficiently. And in an environment where food is scarce, efficiency becomes survival. That's why giant isopods exist. Spider crabs with legs wider than cars. And squid so massive. They battle whales in complete darkness miles beneath the ocean surface. Miles below the surface. Massive predators fight battles no human has ever truly witnessed. Sperm whales regularly dive thousands of feet into complete darkness to hunt squid. They can hold their breath for nearly 2 hours. And they use echolocation clicks so powerful. They can detect prey through pitch black water. When these whales return to the surface, their heads are often covered in huge circular scars. Marks left behind by giant squid hooks and tentacles. Scientists have even discovered enormous squid beaks inside whale stomachs. The only part of the squid hard enough to survive digestion. And honestly, it's terrifying to imagine what those battles must look like. Two giant predators colliding in total darkness. Far below where sunlight has ever reached. And the strangest part? Humans have almost never seen these fights happen. If you're still watching right now, you're honestly brave. And if this video completely changed how you see the ocean, comment 1. But if part of you is already thinking you never want to swim in the ocean again, comment 0. And finally, you reach the deepest part of the ocean itself. The Hadal Zone. Massive trenches stretching nearly 36,000 feet below the surface. No sunlight. No plants. Almost no life at all. And pressure powerful enough to crush steel. It feels less like Earth. And more like some distant alien world. And somehow, squid still managed to survive there. The Bigfin squid returns. Long thin arms stretching endlessly into darkness. Barely moving. Almost invisible in the black water. Scientists believe it doesn't actively chase prey at all. It simply waits. Drifting silently through the abyss. Until something eventually wanders too close. This creature wasn't designed for speed. It was designed for patience. And maybe the most terrifying part of all is how little we actually know. Every horrifying squid species humans have discovered so far was found almost by accident. Damaged fishing nets. Random deep-sea cameras. Whale stomachs. That's how we discovered some of the strangest creatures on Earth. Which means there could still be things down there. Far larger. Far stranger. That humanity has never even seen yet. Because we've explored less than 5% of the ocean. So if creatures like this already exist, what's still hiding in the other 95%?